So you're in the market to buy the new Samsung flagship phones, but you are confused between the S9 Plus and the Note 9. The ultimate question is, which one should I buy? Well, let me break it down for you guys. In short, if money is not an issue and if you want the ultimate, latest and greatest Android phone, then go buy the 512GB version of the Note 9 because A, you get half a terabyte of storage, and B, you get 8GB of RAM. So let's start off with what extra features does the Note 9 offer over the S9 Plus. So firstly, the Note 9 has a 4000 mAh battery, which is 500 mAh more than the S9 Plus, and as the saying goes, bigger the better. There is really no substitute for a big battery, and the extra 500 mAh will keep you going for much longer when charger is not available. Speaking of charging, the Note 9 charges in about 1 hour 42 minutes from 0 to 100%. That is about the same time as the S9 Plus, but it's actually 3 minutes faster even with the extra 500 mAh. So the Note 9 does charge a little bit faster than the S9 Plus. The Note 9 also gets a slightly bigger display over the S9 Plus. It is just 0.2 inches bigger than the S9 Plus, but if you look close at the rounded corners, you'll notice that the Note 9's display is less curved, giving it slightly more usable screen area around the corners. Same goes for the body of the Note 9. It is less curvy than the S9 Plus, and it is quite apparent at the edges of the phone. If you look close, you'll notice that the S9 Plus is actually more rounded around the corners. And I'm glad that the rounded edges are still there on the Note 9 because it makes the phone more comfortable to use. Although I'm not a big fan of that fingerprint sensor location on the Note 9. It is a little bit too high for my comfort, while it is perfect on the S9 Plus. Now the S Pen is something that sets the Note 9 apart, not just from the S9 Plus but from every other phone in the market. The functionality provided by the S Pen is unmatched. The stylus, or the S Pen as Samsung likes to call it, is pressure sensitive, so the thickness changes if you press on the S Pen hard enough. And if you're an artist, if you're someone who likes to create content, someone who likes to scribble around, make drawings, make doodles, then look no further. The Note 9 is the perfect phone for you. This phone is meant for content creators. And the S Pen is not just a plain stylus. This pen has Bluetooth inbuilt, so you can use it as a remote, and you can do a bunch of stuff with it, like have that remote functionality, use it to control slideshow remotely in PowerPoint, flip through photos in the gallery, use it as a remote shutter button for the camera, and that remote shutter button also works in third-party apps like Snapchat, and it charges when you insert it into your phone in about 40 seconds, and 40 seconds of charge provides around 30 minutes of usage, and that's something really unique and cool. Coming to storage, the base model of the Note 9 starts from 128GB, which is double compared to the S9 Plus, and I think Samsung sells the S9 Plus in 128GB variant, but it makes more sense to get the Note 9 if you're going for the 128GB S9 Plus, because the difference in price is almost negligible then. And both the phones have 6GB of RAM, but in case you pick up the 512GB variant of the Note 9, you get 8GB of RAM. And in my testing, 6GB of RAM is more than enough even when you're multitasking and using that multi-window feature. On both the S9 Plus and the Note 9, none of these phones have any lagging problems. None of them slows down no matter how many apps you open. But having that 8GB of RAM does give you bragging rights in your peer group. So this is interesting. The Note 9 records 0.4 seconds slow-mo in real time or 12 seconds slowed down video. That's twice the length in automatic mode, while the S9 Plus does 0.2 second or 6 seconds of video in automatic mode. But we also have that extended 0.4 second option on the S9 Plus, but it's only available in the manual mode. So I don't know why Samsung is doing this. And I don't really prefer manual mode because it takes a lot of guesswork and a lot of practices to get the right moment slow motion manually, because you have less than 1 second window, while the auto motion detection thing takes all the guesswork out. But I don't think this should be a deciding factor in purchasing the Note 9 or the S9 Plus. I've also noticed that the Note 9 runs cooler than the S9 Plus. It is probably due to better heat dissipation because the Note 9 has this new water carbon cooling system, just a fancy name for a copper heat pipe cooling solution. Now this is totally subjective, but except for the placement of the fingerprint sensor, I kind of like the design of the Note 9 more than the S9 Plus. It feels flat and it has more heft, and it just feels more premium. I think thanks to that bigger battery, it also weighs more than the S9 Plus. But overall, it's a great phone. I love it, and I would prefer the Note 9 over the S9 Plus. So now let's check out what's similar to both of these phones. The first thing, the processor. The brain of the phone is exactly the same. Both the phones I've got are running the latest Exynos 9810 CPU, so performance should be equal, but the Note 9 has a better cooling system. And yes, I have noticed under load the Note runs cooler than the S9 Plus. The dual camera setup is exactly the same. Both have exact same camera setup. The Note 9 has this new scene optimizer thing, but I ended up turning off for more natural looking photos. The 128GB Note 9 has the same amount of RAM as the S9 Plus, that's 6GB. Only the 512GB Note 9 has 8GB of RAM. The screens on these phones are exactly the same. They are Super AMOLED displays, WQHD Plus resolution 2960 into 1440p. So guys, my concluding thoughts are it all comes down to what you really want from your phone. Like I said, if you are a content creator, if you love drawing, if you love scribbling around, making doodles, then you'll love the S Pen functionality. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Do stay tuned for more videos like these. And in case this video has helped you out, please press the like button and do subscribe for more. And I will see you guys next time.